Hello students, welcome back to Master AK tutorial. Today we want to talk about another consequence of Newton's law of motion, which is the principle of conservation of linear momentum. Okay, the principle of conservation of linear momentum states that when two bodies traveling in a straight line collide, the total linear momentum before collision is equal to the total linear momentum after collision, provided no external force acts on the colliding bodies. Okay, and this principle of conservation of linear momentum acts on collision of two types. That is, there are two types of collision on which we can apply principle of conservation of linear momentum. Those types of collisions are the inelastic collision and the elastic collision. Okay. Now, what is the inelastic collision and what is the elastic collision? The inelastic collision is when you have two bodies traveling in the same direction. That is, this body of mass m1, this body here of that have a mass m1, okay, and a velocity, an initial velocity u1, and another body traveling in the same direction. This is a body m2 that have a mass m2. This is the body m2 here that have a mass m2 with an initial velocity u2. So these two bodies, this is how they were moving before collision. You can see before collision, these two bodies, this is how they are moving before collision. The first body, this is it of mass m1. The second body, this is it of mass m2. So the initial velocity of the first body u1 and the initial velocity of the second body u2. This is before collision. Then after collision, you can see the two bodies have stuck together. They have stuck together. That is, the mass, they have a single mass, which is m1 plus m2. Okay, because they are now stuck together. So, and they have a common velocity now because they are stuck together, which is final velocity v. Okay, so that is after collision. When the objects get stuck together after collision, just like here, we talk about an inelastic collision. That is when there is collision, and after that collision, the two objects, they stuck together, they get stuck together. We talk about an inelastic collision in the sense that they didn't repel each other, they stay together after the collision. That is what we call inelastic collision. So during this inelastic collision, for the inelastic collision, we can apply the principle of conservation of linear momentum, and by doing so, we have to write the equation m1, that is the mass of the first object, m1 times u1, that is the velocity, the initial velocity of the first object, okay, plus m2, that is the mass of the second object, okay, times u2, that is the initial velocity of the second object, okay. So is equal to, that is, this expression is before collision. Okay, this expression is before collision. This expression, the sum of the two momenta, the sum of the momentum of the first object and the second object, the two momenta, when you sum the two momenta, so before collision, is equal to what? To the momentum of the two bodies after collision. That is what the principle of conservation of linear momentum is telling us, and that is what we have applied here. This is equal. Okay, before collision and after collision, they are equal because they are now together, they have a common velocity. So we now write into bracket m1 plus m2 into bracket times v. Okay, so by doing so, by writing this formula, we have applied the principle of conservation of linear momentum on these two bodies, the first one of mass m1 and the second one of mass m2. Okay, this is for when you have an inelastic collision. Okay, and this expression, which we call equation 1, represent the expression of the conservation of the linear momentum for inelastic collision, which is called equation 1 here. So for elastic collision, here you can see before collision, you have an object of mass m1 here and initial velocity u1, and another object of mass m2 here of initial velocity u2. that is before collision, the two will collide, and after collision, you will have the same object m1 of mass m1, but this time with another velocity which is called final velocity v1, which belong to only mass m1. And the mass m2, the object of mass m2, will have another velocity different from the u2 it has before. It's now v2, that is, velocity has changed after collision. So m2 will now have a velocity v2, and you can see here after collision they don't have a common velocity, that is, they are not stuck together. Because they are not stuck together, we now talk about inelastic collision. Okay, and in this case, if you want to apply the principle of conservation of linear momentum, you write this formula that is here, okay, which is m1 u1, that is the momentum of the first object before collision, plus m2 u2, the momentum of the second object before collision, is equal to m1 v1, the momentum of the first object after collision, plus m2 v2, the momentum of the second object after collision. So when you write this equation, you have applied the principle of conservation of linear momentum on these two objects of mass m1 and m2, considering an inelastic collision between the two objects m1 of mass m1 and m2. That is, this equation 2 represents the conservation of the linear momentum of two objects of mass m1 and m2 in an inelastic collision. Okay, in order to simplify, or to make it easier for us to understand, we are going to solve an example. Okay, we're going to solve an example for us to understand better. Okay, so the example goes thus. A ball of mass 10 kg moves in a straight line with a velocity of 8 meters per second and collide with another ball of same mass that was at rest. Okay, now if the two balls move together after collision, calculate their common velocity. Okay, so the example is here. The example says that a ball of mass 10 kg moves in a straight line with a velocity of 8 meters per second and collides with another ball of same mass that was at rest. If the two balls move together after collision, calculate their common velocity. Okay, now let's solve this here. So for us to solve this, let's take out the values here. So we have the first object that have the first mass, m1 is equal to 10 kg. Okay, the second object has the same mass, which is also 10 kg. So the initial velocity of the first object, which we call u1 here, is 8 meters per second. Okay, And the second object initially was at rest, that is the velocity was 0 meter per second. Okay, so these are the values that were given to us in the questions. Okay, so now they now ask us to get the common velocity v of the two objects. So we're going to apply the principle of conservation of linear momentum. Okay, and here, because they are moving together after collision, we have what? An inelastic collision. Okay, so and the for inelastic collision, the formula is m1u1 plus m2u2 is equal to m1 plus m2v. Okay, so you have to make v the subject of the formula, so we now have v is equal to m1 u1 plus m2 u2 over m1 plus m2. Okay, we now substitute now. So by substituting, we now have v. Now m1 is given as 10 kg. Okay, it's given as 10 kg. So times u1, linear velocity u1 is 8 plus m2 is also 10 kg, and u2 is given as 0 because the object is said to be at rest. When they say that an object is at rest, it means the velocity of that object is 0. So we have 10 times 0 here, and here we have the mass is 10 kg for both, so we have 10 plus 10. Okay, so here we now have 10 times 8 is 80 plus 10 times 0 is 0, so we don't write that one, over what? 10 times 10 plus 10 is 20, so we have 80 over 20. So here the final answer v, 80 over 20, we can simplify by 10 first, so it will be 8 over 2, so it will be 4 meter per second. So the common velocity we are asked to calculate, okay, is given as 4 meter per second. And how did we get it? We apply the principle of conservation of linear momentum, and here we have an inelastic collision, because we have been told that after collision the two balls move together. So when they move together, it means they are stuck together, therefore you have an inelastic collision. That is why we have used the first formula that was given to us in this class for the principle of conservation of linear momentum. I hope you have learned one or two things in this class. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.